Hi, I'm Boulton. I'm a photographer, originally from Australia, but living in the Alps, and I shoot adventure photography. One of the really fortunate things about adventure photography is it takes you to some pretty incredible locations. So I've done quite a lot of shooting in the Himalayas, done a lot of shooting in the Alps, been fortunate enough to spend a couple of months embedded in a helicopter rescue service. I've done skydiving shoots with UK Special Forces guys. So working in extreme weather as a photographer can be incredible from a visual point of view. Sometimes you really want the weather to be terrible because it can make for the most interesting content. But obviously with that comes a much more challenging sort of shooting environment. Keeping some equipment dry, stopping gear from freezing, keeping batteries warm enough to keep working. So Ewool's heated clothing has been a big game changer in my workflow in that I can adapt my temperature. A lot of the work involves moving quite fast and then stopping and staying in a particular location for a long time. You need the ability to, well, either carry lots of layers with you and adjust, or much simpler is just pressing a button and adjusting the temperature to suit. The first time I used Ewool's gear, I was living in my van in the Alps in a particularly cold winter. It was the Pro Vest that arrived first, and I think I wore it pretty much non-stop for about 2 months through the winter. So there have been a number of times where I found myself very grateful to have Ewool's heated gloves in particular. One that comes to mind was shooting on Everest, 8,000 meters at the time, minus 35 degrees Celsius. And you see this beautiful panorama, Everest just being kissed by a little bit of morning light, thinking, okay, this is a once in a lifetime sort of shot. Pull my camera out and there's a puck of ice sitting in front element of the lens. Not thinking, just pull my gloves off, flick the ice out, gloves back on, take the photo, get moving again. But in an environment like the Himalayas, your ability to re-warm your own fingers is very diminished. That's the sort of environment you really need an active heating element, or a method that isn't just putting more insulation on, because if the heat's not already there, you're not going to be able to sort of create it yourself. You need something active like the gloves. I've experimented with other heated gear, but the thing that always brings me back to Ewool's gear is I know it's going to work. That there's this reliability. They're not going to have the problems I've seen with some other brands in them. Really important from a safety aspect, but peace of mind.